What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to day 14 of 3D printing, version 2. So that earlier video I posted, the audio was atrocious. That was a rough draft, and I don't have access to those video files anymore because I thought the video was posted. Long story short, here we go, version 2. But here's what we have so far when it comes to our troubleshooting our print. So I'm going to go through the process of troubleshooting here in a moment, but I want to show you the issue I was having and kind of starting to unpack it. So this is a failed print that I got earlier, and I couldn't for a long time figure out what the issue exactly was. I did notice that the print started off fine, and then I came back about an hour later and noticed the nozzle was printing about ½ an inch above this failed layer. And so I was like, well, we stop the print and then we figure out what's going on. So usually the troubleshooting is this piece right here will tell you a lot about the information when it comes to this print or why it failed. So this print right here tells me a lot of information that it was printing well for a while and then we stopped. This could be the filament, this could be the extruder, could be the hot end, but this tells me it is not the bed or the bed leveling. And so let's hop on over to the 3D printer to show you what I mean and how we process and troubleshoot our prints. Okay guys, now that we've unpacked kind of our overall problem, let's look at how I went through my thought process on troubleshooting it. And this is kind of the good skill to learn. So the first thing I noticed is that when this print was on the bed, the first layers it was on there had great adhesion. So that told me my problem is not with the build plate. Since it had a great first layer, great adhesion, we had a couple of really great layers coming up. What this tells me is that at some point something was going wrong. My first initial thought was that we had a clogged nozzle. So what do you do to check out if you have a clogged nozzle? There is a small little wire tool, looks like this, that comes with your kit. If you ever order a replacement kit or some replacement parts, they usually come in this tube. But what we do is we take our printer, we can preheat PLA, and from there, what that allows us to do is to preheat the hot end and then try to clear out this nozzle. Usually this is not super successful, but this is kind of the first thing I do because it could be the quickest fix. So it is a preheat the PLA and find the nozzle there. If you try to wiggle the wire left and right and you notice there's too much play, you might have worn down the tip of the nozzle down. But I tried to clear out that nozzle and it didn't feel clogged. So the next thing I did is I was manually pushing filament through. So I would hold down the clip deck here, push filament through the back, and then I noticed my extruder was doing a good job. The filament was coming out nice and clean. So what's the next thing that we worked on is we looked at the extruder. My first thought was that the filament was the issue. However, if we looked a little bit closer, and we've kind of already seen it by now, is that this was stripped out. And that's probably because of the filament I'm using just had a little bit too much compression with the spring, and it caused the brass to wear down over time. Not too upset. I did order a whole new set of these, and they're for about steel ones for about $10, so I'm not too upset, but that was my issue. We swapped it, we flipped it, and then we've got a whole series of successful prints for our next video coming up. I'm missing one too. Oh, there it is. And we just able to blow through a lot of parts really quickly. So I know without a shadow of a doubt, that was my issue and we got it fixed. Last little bit and we are going to be done for today. So when it comes to fixing or replacing this part, we can see that this extruder gear fits on your extruder assembly with 2 set screws. You just grab your smallest Allen key that came with your original printer and unscrew them, slide them back in, tighten them down. Since this is a brass material, it is a little soft. So your nozzles tend to be brass when you first buy your kit, and you also get a brass extruder gear. I'm going to try out steel for a little while here in a moment and to see if that replaces anything, if that does a better job. My suspicion is that it's going to be more damaging to the material being pushed through, because if this isn't going to give, something else might. So with that being said, you are going to have to replace these brass pieces from time to time, but I did get 10 of these I got 15 of these for $10. And I'll show the link right here. Okay. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to shoot out any questions down in the comment section. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.